We are live.
What up, people?
What up?
We had to wait for Allie to turn off Animal Crossing.
I mean, I turned it off really fast. So.
she was gonna just leave it on the TV because the TV's right in front of
Only
us.
because you joked
But
about it.
look at the TV. She would have been like that the whole live stream. That's so funny.
Oh, Animal Crossing. I just started playing again because I got the expansion pack and I like decorating houses. So, you know.
No, it's great.
Hello from Daytona Beach.
Yeah, let
Hey.
us Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, can you see us and hear us? Okay.
That's what I was gonna say.
I know.
too.
That's why I stopped talking.
Yeah, let us know if you can see us and hear us okay. And then also let us know where you're watching from.
Lakeland. We know where that is.
That's a neighbor.
Pokemon Dentist.
Hello, Kevin Hawthorne.
Kevin. What is up?
From the mitten. What does
What's
that
the
mean?
mitten?
Where's the mitten?
I guess if we were from Mitten, we would know, but we're not. So we don't.
Minnesota? Minnesota? What's that
Everything's
mean?
good to go. Sweet. Oh, the tattoo historian. What's up? What is going on?
Hello.
That's who I got those really cool Nike, the 70s
The
Nike
vintage?
wrestling shoes from.
Oh, those are awesome. I
Dope.
love the way they look. They're just going to sit on a shelf forever.
It's a great
'Cause
art
they're
piece.
So cool. They
Yeah.
are gorgeous as an art piece. Like,
Mm.
I don't know, something about them is so just incredible. Like, there's so much history, and I don't know, they have good vibes. I like their energy.
Callie, is that a beanie or a toque?
It's a beanie.
If you're in Canada, it's a toque.
Oh,
Michigan.
Ah,
is the
Sensei
next one.
says, "Look at the gang looking good over there."
Michigan.
Awesome
gang,
name.
gang.
So thanks for being here, everybody. Appreciate it. Live every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. We've held up to that so far this year, so we're going to continue to do it. So we appreciate you all taking the time to be here. Tonight's show is going to be a bit of like a Ask Us Anything type show, mixed in with talking about eBay. There's been a lot of talks around what's up with eBay, what's the future of eBay. There's a bunch of new platforms that have popped up. There's a bunch of other platforms that have started to, really increase their user base. So we wanted to, you can see from the title, I put, what's the next eBay? And is eBay dead? Like, is eBay still the powerhouse that it was? And what's going to be happening to eBay? So we want to get your opinions, and we're also going to tell you our opinions. And then I also pulled out some stats because I like stats. So,
Stats.
so we're going to go through everything tonight, and it's just going to be a fun night of talking.
Sounds boring.
Pronounced toque.
Toque. My
Toque.
bad.
Or is it toque?
What did I say? Toque?
Toke?
Toque.
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 Toke? 2K.
Space Coast in the house. There was a rocket launch today. My parents went to the beach and watched it. It was one of the return ones where the thing comes back down so they can use it again.
Oh, weren't they like waiting on a cruise ship to go by before they could land or something?
Really?
I think I
don't
heard
know.
that on the radio.
Could you imagine being on that ship and just seeing it like coming
Christine, you
straight
have
at
to
you?
wait another
crazy.
52 minutes for the dogs.
The doggies.
I know it stinks to wait, but
Stat that.
although Zero's sleeping in the beanbag right now, like I could grab her, but
She's being
Zero.
quiet.
So
she's
let's
ignoring me.
start the video off because there's already almost 200 people in the chat. So let's start the video off hearing from you guys first. What are your thoughts? Like, how are you feeling about eBay as it currently sits? For those of you who sell on eBay, and have any of you transitioned to other platforms? What do you think the future of eBay is? Let us know in the chat, and we'll pop up your comments and kind of talk more about it.
eBay did Rob dirty.
Whoa,
Oh, no.
what?
eBay did me dirty. Allowed a bidder from my exclusion list to bid on and win an auction. Had to cancel a $2,750 sale.
Whoa.
That's not good.
What?
That's crazy.
So, and it doesn't go to the second person. That's
Not an
disgusting.
auction, yeah.
Well, did you call eBay? Like, how did that happen? That's on them.
Yeah, I'm surprised you even noticed. You must have noticed the username or something. That's
You might have
crazy.
had an issue with that. I want more
A-
details.
A lot of people don't even know that you can put bidders on a blocked bidder list. If you just Google
just
eBay,
sellers, you mean, right?
no, if
For
you're
bidding specifically.
both. So if you're an
Oh, I didn't
eBay
realize
seller,
that. Okay.
if you just Google eBay blocked bidder list, there's a link. Click on that link and it'll take you to like your blocked bidder list. And if you add people to that, they're not allowed to buy stuff from you anymore. So like, I don't know if you remember, but
But they
you
can
remember?
still buy it now. It's only bids.
No, they
So
can't
they're
buy.
just blocked from buying.
They're blocked from buying from your store, from your account.
Okay, no, I knew that. I
Yeah.
thought you were saying like they're not allowed to bid, but they can do a buy it now.
No, it's just called a blocked bidder list.
Okay.
But it's a blocked everything list.
Okay.
Like,
No,
I don't know
I
if
didn't
you
realize that
remember.
was
Do
the
you
name
remember
of
there
it.
was that one lady that would buy stuff from us, and the one time she bought it and then returned it smelling like potpourri and like all
It
crumpled
smelled
up.
like patchouli
it
is
was
what it smelled
so
like.
bad.
and I
It was
hate that
weird
smell.
because she returned it like really late, and then she complained about weird things,
Yeah.
and then she tried to buy something else from us.
Multiple things.
We had blocked her because,
And then after we blocked her, remember, she couldn't buy,
and then
she
she
kept
sent us a
messaging.
mean message,
Yeah.
and I was just like, "You."
Crazy.
If you see anybody, if you want to pop up some more like opinions,
That was a unique person and situation.
cool.
I think that there might have been something wrong.
eBay sales are up 90% from the previous 30 days for me personally. That's awesome. That's really cool to
Nice.
hear.
But then you've got
My sales have slowed big time.
Yeah.
Yep. Definitely.
Do you think that it's on you though? Sometimes people say my sales have slowed, and then you ask them, well, how often do you post? Do you post daily?
Right.
And they're like, oh, you're right, I have slowed down whenever you start chatting with them. So it's always a good thing to look and say, like, how active am I on my store? What's the sell-through of the items that I'm selling? Am I getting good stuff? Are my prices too high? But sometimes it is just slow. But there are a lot of factors to take into consideration
sure.
whenever you're looking at your sales.
I saw this one pop up a couple times. Just want to address it quick. I saw multiple vids of Macari canceling accounts unexpectedly. If this stuff happens, people will always go back to eBay. Yeah, so I've heard that too. I've had a couple people mention that to me. eBay does the same thing. Remember that. Like, eBay will cancel people's accounts if they deem it necessary, if you do something against their terms of use. I think the Macari one is a bit unjust because I think most of the time it has to do with people not filling out their tax forms in time or filling out like their W-2 forms incorrect. And then Macari was just like, well, you can't sell because your tax forms are wrong. Then they just cancel the account and like you can't get it back. So
kind of like school, or like F.
Yeah, exactly.
Canceled.
Yeah, you did not
Welcome
complete
to the real
assignment.
world. You did not get the assignment.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I have heard that's happening to multiple people.
That would happen to me. Ryan does all the finances. Brian didn't want me to do the finances because I'm so frugal and like, yeah, he didn't want me in charge of those.
I think eBay is always going to be a good platform for certain items, but Poshmark is taking off for clothes. I think that's a really good point. And I kind of agree with that. I think eBay will probably remain the powerhouse for used items in general. But I do think there will be like certain platforms that take off for certain categories, like Poshmark for shoes and clothing. Depop started to take off for vintage, Etsy for handmade stuff. So there's definitely certain categories, but you can't deny that eBay is still, the gorilla in the room. Whatnot is the future. So thanks, babe. Yeah,
is it?
Whatnot, we haven't used it yet personally. We are signed up for it, and we did reach out to see if they will, because you have to send in like an application to start selling. So we did do that. As soon as they approve us, then we will try it out and let you, we'll report back. But I think Whatnot is a really, really good platform. I like the founder. There's two founders. The one founder is super strong in e-commerce. And they raised $150 million at a $1.5 billion valuation. So for a company, an e-commerce company that's new, to raise that kind of capital that fast means that companies don't just give other companies $150 million.
Unless they're laundering money.
So there's definitely there's a really good network of people running that company. So I'm excited to see what they can do with it. Yeah. Oh, Chick Rocker.
With the $10 super chat.
That's
How
very
you
nice
been?
of you. Multitasking fun here with you guys and watching Josh's first Whatnot live. Question: if eBay just really became a thing in the past, where would you move to have another way you would sell? Yeah, that's a good question. So if eBay just disappeared for some reason, what would we do? We would move to more heavy into Amazon, because that's the number one e-commerce site in the world. So more heavy probably into Amazon, which would change the type of items that we're selling. And then I think we would probably move more into Macari, Poshmark, Instagram, maybe Whatnot as well when they start to take off a bit more. Facebook Marketplace. What else we would basically take all of our eBay efforts and diversify it into these other platforms to make sure stuff is still selling. which is not a bad thing to do anyway.
Thought that was a good comment from
Yeah.
Angelisa.
Angelisa.
If you have quality listings and good items with good sell-through rate, any platform is good. We're
So
very
true.
happy.
It's
90%
so
of the time with eBay, I feel like they will always be around. That's a solid point. Solid point. Good items, high demand, priced right. The items will sell. Okay, let me give you some stats really quick because I was intrigued by this. So I was looking at the top 10 e-commerce sites in the US as of 2021, so as of recent stats. And this is based on the monthly traffic, so the amount of visits that the site is getting. And I thought this was interesting because there's websites on here that I didn't think would be on here, you know?
And this means any company that accepts
That sells stuff online.
money online that sells stuff online.
Yeah, selling a
Yes.
product online.
Yes.
Yeah. Because it's not just like reseller websites. There's other websites on here too.
Right.
Yeah.
We just
So,
gotta specify because
that's a
you
good
just
point.
say the word like e-commerce and that's a
People
big
just think
umbrella. It's
eBay.
like
Yeah.
Right. I had to
Yeah.
ask that question before we went live.
yeah.
So number 10 is
too.
Costco, which is interesting. Costco.
I guess it's not a surprise though.
Yeah, well, it's such a big store, big
Brick and
network,
mortar in
yeah.
general.
Do you think I wonder if they made the list last year or previous to COVID. Like, do you think a lot of people are buying online?
Well, this is 2021, so that kind of takes into account 2020 too.
True.
And again, it's just based on
2020.
2020 as well. Sorry about that. Number 9, and this is just the US, by the way, because outside of the US, you have sites like Alibaba is up there too. Number 9 is Wayfair. Number 8 is Best Buy. So far, kind of like, I guess Wayfair, there's other people selling on that site too, but this is mostly like standalone companies with their e-commerce sites. Again, number 7, Lowe's. Number 6, Target. Number 5, this is one that surprised me. Number 5 is
I
Home
guess I'm
Depot.
not surprised though, because even contractors shop at Home Depot.
True, but
Buy
I didn't.
online.
Our
and go pick it
contractor
up?
literally was buying wood from Home Depot.
They buy it online and go pick it up, you think?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, I did that.
Yeah, Home Depot gets 233 million visits a month.
Wow.
Yep.
Per month.
I was a couple of those.
Number 4 is interesting. Number 4 is Etsy.
Etsy is above all of those that were just listed. That's what's crazy.
Above Home Depot,
Above Home
above
Depot,
Target,
Target,
Lowe's, Best
Best Buy.
Buy, Wayfair,
Etsy is above
Costco.
Best Buy.
It's a big site. It's a big site.
Best
it is.
Buy.
I know. Etsy gets 392 million visits a month.
Yeah.
Pretty
This
crazy.
surprised
Is it
me
mostly handmade stuff on there?
It is handmade and vintage.
Yeah.
Weird.
So this really surprised me.
Number 3, you said?
Yeah, Walmart. I thought it would be like higher. But you know what? So this is based off of visits per month, right?
Yeah.
It's
All right.
Not
Target
revenue,
Not revenue.
sales, just visits,
to the
traffic
site.
to the
Traffic. Okay. So that actually doesn't surprise me whenever you look at it like that, because you can't go into an Etsy store. You have to look online. So of course they're going to
True.
have more
site.
visits.
That's a good point.
A lot of people, when they buy something from like Home Depot, Lowe's, Target, Walmart, yeah, they go into the store. Sorry, I spoiled it. Walmart's the next one.
Did I say that?
No, not yet.
Number 3.
Number 3
Oh,
is
yeah.
Walmart.
No. Number 3 is Walmart. So Walmart is kind of more like an Amazon though, because there's other sellers that are approved vendors that sell through Walmart's website.
What?
Yeah.
Yes. So a lot of sellers that sell on Amazon also sell on Walmart.
I'm surprised
You'll see
that
it on
many
there. It's
people are
third party
going
fulfillment, just like Amazon.
online
Wow.
and looking at Walmart's site online, because
I'm not.
usually I go into Walmart
Yeah.
to get something. I don't.
But
usually
Walmart's
go online.
massive,
Crazy.
for just shopping in general.
I ordered stuff for pickup from Walmart and waited 45 minutes in the parking lot and kept asking. And then I eventually, after 25 minutes, asked them. They're like, "I'm so sorry, we're busy," and I was like, "That's okay." And then it was another 20 minutes, and I was like, "I'm gonna leave. Is there a way you can get my order? It's been 45 minutes." And then the guy
Bye.
grabbed it. And I was like, "Oh gosh."
So what do you think then? What do you think are the number 2 and the number 1 websites in the US, e-commerce websites? What's number 2 and number 1?
No surprise.
362 people watching. I'm sure you'll be able to get this. What's number 2 and what's number 1 as of 2021, based on traffic to the websites?
Before I lose this question again, They've asked it multiple times.
What are your thoughts on Cards Against Humanity? A Vero? You got a Vero on Cards Against
I think that's
Humanity?
what they said previously.
It may be on the Vero list. You might not be able to sell it. We've never sold Cards Against Humanity, but it could be like if you sell them in new condition, maybe you can't sell them.
Mm.
Yes, you guys are absolutely right.
Netflix?
No.
Oh.
Amazon and eBay. So eBay is number 2, Amazon is number 1. And let me grab the numbers.
Carissa and Keith were on point.
eBay monthly traffic 885 million visits. Amazon monthly traffic 2.5 billion visits. So Amazon is by far the largest, with eBay being second in the US. Which again, that's interesting, right? Because again, today's video is kind of talking about what's the future of eBay and is eBay dead? Well, based on
No,
that,
it's not.
just not dead. It's the number 2 biggest
It's
e-commerce
thriving.
website
That's
in
Great.
America.
What was the number for eBay?
800 and something million visits a month.
What was the number for Etsy?
300 and something, I think.
Like way less.
What was that difference?
eBay was 885 million and Etsy was 392. So it's double, more than double.
Wow.
More than double.
Yeah, eBay's not dying.
Which actually is
That's
pretty good for Etsy
crazy.
to already be almost or to be half of eBay's visits. It's pretty good. But I wanted to show that list or talk about that list first because how many it's just my
Oh my gosh.
Selling
That's
too many shoes.
hilarious.
You know, when you look at that list, you go, okay,
Sorry.
where's Poshmark? Where's Macari? Where's Depop? Where's you know,
Grailed.
yeah, where's all these other websites? And the answer is it's not that those other sites don't get traffic. It's just that eBay's still the second biggest, just below Amazon. So
More eyes on your
yeah,
prize.
yep. And that's why when people ask us, should I only sell on one of these other platforms like Poshmark or something, or should I also sell on eBay? I always tell people either focus on eBay to begin with because it's the biggest. It's the biggest for used items by far. Amazon's more new items. eBay's definitely the biggest for used items. So I tell people either focus on eBay to start with or focus on Poshmark or Macari to start with, but also cross post to eBay. Don't leave eBay out. It just doesn't make sense to do that. That's like saying I'm not going to sell on the biggest one because I think that this other one is better for me, when in reality, you could be getting a lot more sales.
True. You kind of answered this question.
For a reseller just starting out who is most comfortable with eBay as a platform, would you recommend that I focus just eBay or branch out to other platforms? So yeah, I think that it's good to focus in on one platform first. That's how we did it. We started with eBay, and once we built up eBay to, an amount of money per month that we wanted it to be, then we started to add in Amazon and we started to add in other platforms. But just keep in mind when you do that, it does, even the best person with time management, it does still split your focus a little bit, and your eBay sales will suffer slightly. So, you want to make sure that your eBay is rock solid before you start transitioning, and then a lot of people ask about cross-posting platforms or apps. The only one that we can recommend right now is List Perfectly. I know there's other ones out there that could be good, but the only one that we've used ourselves and that we are comfortable recommending is List Perfectly. They do a great job. eBay, 187 million buyers. Yep.
That's crazy.
So, yeah.
Oh, I just got cold. I was hot earlier, now I'm cold.
I'm sweating under this beanie.
Uh-oh. And you have hat head, so you can't take it off. Oh.
Yeah, so
I don't like that.
where does this show?
Nobody likes their hat
Too
head.
much 7 head.
Okay, check this out. Etsy stats, right? How many sellers on Etsy? As of 2020, there's 4.1 million sellers on Etsy. So keep this in mind, right? 4.1 million sellers on Etsy, and the 4th largest e-commerce website in America. Etsy has 4.1 million sellers.
Mm-hmm.
eBay has 19 million sellers.
So
4 million versus 19
5
million sellers.
Yeah. So 5 times as many?
Yes. And then buyers Is there a stat for that? It just says user count. User counts for 2020 for Etsy was 81 million. And then eBay, 185 million active buyers.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So again, you know, for us, eBay goes through ups and downs. I can tell you this for sure. This past weekend on eBay was one of our worst eBay sales weekends ever. I think we only sold like 5 things.
Yeah.
It was really bad. I don't know exactly why. I mean, it was probably because we just weren't posting that much stuff, and we ended a bunch of listings to, you know, repost them. So yeah, we had a pretty abysmal weekend on eBay, but today we sold a bunch more stuff. So eBay, you know, it goes through ups and downs for sure. And I always go back to like those daily tasks that you can do to increase your eBay sales. I've made a few videos on it. I think, did you do a clip video on that? That would be a good one to do.
I thought about it and then didn't remember which video it was.
That would be
you'll
a
have
really
to help
good
me
one.
find it. And I
Okay.
can do that tonight.
I could even like do that as a standalone video.
The hustle man
True.
asked if I
You
have
know.
sisters. I have no sisters. I mean, I have a sister-in-law. Oh, Callie, because she's my sister-in-law. Because it's
Yeah.
Ryan's sister.
Right.
That's right. I forgot. I keep
Whoa.
forgetting.
Whoa. We got a super chat from
Whoa,
Kristen.
what's up? Thank
What up,
you.
girl?
Hey.
Always so supportive. Appreciate it. She loved your drawing on the
Oh, yeah, I
on the beanie, by the
Put
way.
it on
Ooh,
my
yay.
Insta story.
I have a feeling eBay will stay around for personal need, home good products, Macari and Poshmark for clothing. Inflation is only going to continue to rise and people return to other means of saving money. Yeah, I agree. You know,
People always want to buy back your childhood, right? And eBay's the best source for buying back your
Yeah.
childhood, I think.
people also ask us, like, do you think that reselling will disappear in a bad economy? And what we've noticed is like during down times, during like down economies on eBay, our sales actually increase. And I think that the reason for that is just like Island Thrift said. I think the reason for that is because people are looking for a deal. More people are going online to find a deal than just, you know, going to a store and paying full price. So people get more frugal, and you know, frugality leads to more sales for sellers like us online.
Well, and also people, whenever they want to curate unique items, they're going to eBay. Like our friends,
Sure.
whenever they want to find something interesting, they're like, oh, I wanted some mid-century modern glasses for my bar. And you're like, that's so random. But I guess that makes sense because that's really in right now. And they're like, oh, I went on eBay and look what I found, because they know we sell on eBay. So they're like excited to show us what they bought. And I'm like, that was a good buy. I mean, that's a really cool item, because they don't have time to thrift and they don't really want to.
Because I'm an
Oh.
island thrifter. I'm a just island thrifter.
Oh no, live ended.
Oh my gosh. I hadn't seen that video. Ryan showed it to me. I was
And then it was stuck in our heads for like hours.
it was fun to sing.
Frugality.
Wasn't eBay the first kid on the block of e-commerce?
I don't
I
know
don't
if they were first.
I don't know if they were
That's a good question.
first.
And we
but
all know the first item they sold was a laser pointer.
a broken laser pointer.
Broken. Sorry, broken. Oh my gosh.
Callie's the sister wife.
Someone said, wait, she's
Oh,
your
babe,
sister?
look, you got a nice little comment there.
Whoop.
Callie looks
I'm done
extra
with that.
pretty today.
Oh, thank you.
Sunburned flipper.
Um,
Bananas?
so yeah,
Thank
we're
you.
what are we? 24 minutes into the chat.
That's it.
Yeah. So basically, like, to sum things up a little bit, I don't think eBay's going anywhere. I think that they're gonna still be the #1 website for used stuff, probably for years and years to come. I do think that eBay does need to update certain things. They're not perfect. They know they're not perfect. They're very slow to update stuff. And I think that what could disrupt eBay is when there's companies like, you know, like this Whatnot app that's coming out with, you know, live shows and stuff. eBay should have been looking at that and should have been incorporating stuff like that
Yeah, that'd be cool.
years ago.
They're getting behind
Sure.
the times.
Exactly. The fact that a company was able to get built that fast and then get a $1.5 billion valuation that quickly shows that there's definitely a market for stuff like that.
They know what they're doing.
And eBay should have been doing that. Maybe they are
Well,
in the
look at what
background and it
Instagram
takes
did.
longer, but
Instagram was dying for a while, and then they copied a bunch of other
Mm-hmm.
apps and
Like TikTok.
incorporated that into Instagram, and then they made
Snapchat.
these other apps totally irrelevant, like Snapchat
Sure.
for sure, one of them. I know a lot of people still use Snapchat and they like it, and then they showed me why, and I was like, oh, okay, that's still different. But most people,
I forgot how to use Snapchat and then was Snapchatting someone and then couldn't remember what they had just said and it was gone from the chat. And I'm like, I don't remember what you asked.
Yeah, I liked Snapchats. Like they had stories, so if there was a hurricane, people
someone-
would post to it, and then they started putting so many ads in like every third video that you would try to watch. So I was like, I'm deleting this.
eBay is focusing on AI and potential transition to the metaverse. I hope so. I think they probably should be. When you have companies like Nike and
That was such a deep
Gucci
thought.
and LV, they're like, there's a lot of companies hiring specifically for metaverse marketing and products and developing products right now.
That picture is deep, and the comment was deep, and it reminds
The
me
picture's
of
deep.
Atlas, the Ayn
Shrugged?
Rand Atlas Shrugged.
I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
It was a 2-series. They made it 2-series movies, and they're
Picture
like,
of money.
who is John Galt?
Oh, Josh Galt.
And your
That's
name is
funny.
Josh
John
Galt,
That's
right? What's
funny.
the name? Someone
I
in
don't
this
remember
chat
that.
has 100% read that book. I just don't remember.
I don't read.
Oh, well, I mean, it was also a movie.
But yeah, I actually think that would be a really smart move if eBay started doing more stuff like that. Maybe honestly, even if eBay started offering like NFT sales to compete with OpenSea or something like that, that could be a huge revenue increase for
I
them
could
too.
sell my NFTs on eBay.
Ooh,
What?
I like it.
Paul sent
Paul.
us $5.
Thanks so much, Paul. Thank you all. I can't read tonight. Thank you all
For all much. Thank you all for all much free and helpful info that you provide us all with.
You're welcome, Paul.
You're so welcome.
I was so tired
Yay.
today. I'm having a tough time with this today.
Ryan took a nap at the warehouse
I
today.
did.
Who is
Atlas
John
Shrugged.
Galt? Yes,
You're
John
right.
Galt.
You're
And
right.
their name was Josh Galt.
Maybe.
It just made me think of that.
Who is Josh Galt?
Who is
Who
Josh
are you?
Galt? That's all I could think of because of that comment.
I wonder, I think if eBay added like an NFT section to their website, I think that they would blow up. I wonder if they are working on that. Because I think a lot of people would use it,
Paul sells NFTs. I want to hear more about your how's it going?
Experiences.
Yeah, that
We should bring an NFT seller
podcast.
on the show. That'd be cool. Will there be a Ralli Roots NFT coming out? Ooh. Stay
Oh my
tuned.
God.
You
It's a
never know.
Cali
I don't know how I feel about this.
If we ever did something like that, it would be very unique. I think we wouldn't do like, pictures. It would be something special. So
Like my doodles.
yeah, but like
Doodles.
extra stuff on top of that.
Like doodle it on a nice piece of canvas or something.
Mm,
Oh, but it's digital, right?
yeah.
Digital, get down. Just you and me.
eBay did finally add video upload feature.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah,
I haven't tried it.
I
yet,
think they
though.
actually used to have a video upload feature, then they took it off, and now they've put it back too.
I've been told by other people they used to.
They should do what I spent like 10 minutes on that whatnot app the other day, and it's beautiful. It's clean, it's really well done. The live shows like you're watching someone do the live auction,
Mhm.
and it's kind of like Home Shopping Network type thing, except you can bid, right? You can click bid on the thing.
And then your bid
And they
goes
take
to the
your money,
top,
Your
right?
bid goes to the top, and then when the auction's over, when it ends, it charges your card. Unlike like an Instagram auction where you have to go find the person afterwards and hope
Mhm.
that they
And
pay.
unlike
Right.
eBay, where they don't have to pay.
And unlike eBay, they don't have to pay.
Still. And this is
Yeah.
a new app.
Austin, thank you for the $5. Sales have slowed way down for me, 1 to 5 a week. My regular job took a lot of my time in December, and now I can't get the fire back to list. Any ideas? I would say maybe like focus on the higher average sales price items that you currently have. Like focus on the stuff that when
That's hard.
when it sells, it'll give you a bit of excitement instead of when something sells, for $20, you don't get that excited about it. But if something sells for $200-300, you're like, yes, this is great.
I'm
Okay.
gonna list more.
Did you
Yeah.
see this comment? I agree.
Oh my gosh. Get out of here. Seriously?
Interesting.
I'm telling you, people love pets. If you just like add something cute.
Unless they don't want stuff coming from a
Right?
pet home,
Like I am
But I
highly
agree.
allergic, and now you're gonna send me this shirt that this puppy.
Well,
was
I mean, if you
sleeping
don't
on?
say it comes from a pet-free home, That's
Yeah, we don't
how it
put
is.
that in the listing.
I mean, ours come from a legit thrift store. So.
That's true too. Yeah, so this is one of the This is one of the tasks that I say to try to do daily: end listings and do sell similar. That's like a daily task that'll help increase sales. Changing prices is really good too. Updating titles is really good. Sending out best offers. We try to do that twice a day. Listing new things too. So not just ending and selling similar, but try to list at least 5 to 10 new items a day. Get them up on eBay. There's a lot of things you can do. Running auctions is actually another good way to increase sales on your buy now items, just because eBay likes traffic and auctions bring more traffic to the store. So even if you're like taking 5 or 10 items that have been sitting in your eBay store for a long time, and each week you just run auctions on those to clear that out, that can help boost sales too. Yeah, raising prices. Raising prices can increase sales. I think if you raise or lower a price by 5%, the watchers get a notification. So sometimes people will see that happen, kind of like the real estate market, where you see a price increase on a home and you're like, oh man, it's going to keep going up if I don't make an offer. eBay, it could be the same kind of mental game.
I mean, I like to watch items that I'm really interested in, and somebody sends me an offer. I'm like, ooh, good on them, and then I'll buy them sometimes.
Daily task, that's a little extreme. It's really not. I mean, it's like
you only have to do a couple items. It's not like you're doing it to the entire store every day.
Yeah.
You're saying 5 items.
I'm saying these are like daily tasks that I recommend doing.
Yeah.
List at least 5 things a day, and sell similar 5 things a day, send out best offers twice a day. Like, this is all stuff that doesn't take that much time. And honestly, if you're not willing to do those daily tasks, then eBay shouldn't really be. I mean, part-time.
I mean, if this is your full-time job, that should be incorporated. Absolutely.
But even part-time, you can do that in less than an hour.
Yeah. It's still a job, right? And like you get out of it what you put into it, and those are very successful things you can put into it.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that it won't work if you just list stuff and let it sit there and don't do anything. You're still going to make sales as long as you're, good prices, good pictures, desirable items. I'm just saying this is some stuff that after selling full-time on eBay for over 6 years, these are daily tasks that I know work. So that's why we tell people to do.
And it's worked for a lot of our mentoring students as well, and people that have watched that video. Yeah. They've definitely sent you messages saying, hey, this helped me.
Yeah.
2 wrestling videos for $200.
What?
Nice. Whoa. Angela Black. That's awesome.
That's crazy.
Wow. Cool.
Congrats.
Were they 90s wrestling videos?
I have a lot of questions
like
about
VHS.
VHS.
Were they sealed?
Tell us more.
That's amazing.
Paul Butler, thank you for the $5 super chat. That's really kind of you. Raising prices definitely increases my sales. Yes. Yes, it does. It's funny. Even just raising them by like $1 or $2 can.
People get scared it's going to go up more, and like, let me get it now.
Yep. Usually when I tweak prices, I also tweak titles. So like I'll rearrange some words, or add something or take something out of the title. I don't know if that even does anything, but I feel like it does. So I usually I'll bulk edit 10 items and tweak prices a little bit and tweak the titles a little bit. And then I also, because, eBay is notorious for adding item specifics that they weren't required or recommended. And now they're required or recommended. So on older items, I'll go back in and make sure those item specifics are in there.
Well, I think also just activity on the store, right? So regardless of what that activity is, you're actively changing things. The algorithms push the store up. So yeah, it does make a difference. Yes. But you could have done something else to the listing that would make a difference. Yeah. You're doing something to the listing, so that's making the difference.
Oops.
So you're right.
What's funny is that I've actually, back in the day, this is something that a lot of people said to us, it is something that we noticed is, I guess it's true, but I don't know why it would be true. Maybe eBay feels like you're more of an established seller once you have more listings, and maybe you get a bit of a traffic boost, or maybe it's like all of your items, because you have so many items, there's more eyes on everything, and that's giving you a bit of a traffic boost. But we noticed an increase in sales at 100 listings. We noticed an increase in sales at 500 listings.
I was going to say 500 because we were trying to get to 600, and Callie and I together could not get to 600 listings.
Yep.
Listing all day.
But we got so many sales trying.
We
Yeah,
got
exactly.
so many sales. Remember how many sales we
They just
got?
kept happening.
It was crazy. Like we would list 10 things and then 10 things would sell. And we were like, how? It was an awesome situation. We were like, this is crazy. But we were also like, man, I am determined to get to 600, but we couldn't. Like
And
it was kind of
that was like
sad for
that was like
my goal.
That was like 3 years ago.
Yeah, it
It was
was.
longer.
Longer, 4 years ago.
Yeah, it was like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
It's like when I first started with you guys.
Yeah.
So you could make that a goal. The amount of items you have listed isn't everything. Obviously, you want to make sure you have desirable items, good prices, and all that stuff. But if you are listing good items, you should make it a goal to hit that 100 mark, hit that 250 mark, hit that 500 mark, hit that 1,000 mark, and just having that goal and watching that go up while you're still selling stuff. It's a good motivator.
I like this. I started listing 5 per day and send 5 offers per day to do sales. And I have seen my sales increase by 21% in the last few weeks. What's really cool about
Nice.
eBay
Shows
is
that it
looking
works.
at your analytics and your numbers and percentages and understanding them, right? So it's like you put into it and you got out what you put into it. And that's fantastic. And that's why we suggest these things.
Yep.
Whoops. That's not what I wanted to click on. It
I know.
was This one.
What up, Allison?
Yes.
Results not guaranteed.
How many are left?
I think there's like
20?
20, maybe 20,
That's it.
20 beanies left, and
We
then
need
they're
to make
gone.
sure that we didn't lose our beanies because if we lost
I have
one-
no. We have 2 still.
okay, I was like, then we need to
Yeah.
grab another one and there might only be 19 left.
I have 3 hidden.
Oh, you do now.
Well, because you promised
They're
one
on
to
eBay.
Erica and Tatiana.
Oh, you're right.
And then I
Oh.
had one extra.
I'm charging them
for
double though when they get here.
fun.
Jokes on them.
Do you have the link for that?
Yeah, I just.
Also, if they're
here
not in
it
the
is.
chat right now, they don't
Nice.
get to come over.
If you guys want one of the beanies, there's only a few left, so go grab one. And that's like, if you want to support our channel, you don't have to send us super chats. You don't have to, you really don't even have to buy merch. But that's one way that you can show support.
And Ryan dropped
by
the
doing
price of the beanies for everybody.
Yeah.
Because we were
It's
like,
only
oh, we're gonna
12
get
bucks.
totally different summer merch, hopefully this summer. So we were
Yeah.
like, oh, let's drop the price.
I really enjoyed doing the coffee. Yeah, we should do coffee again.
Like the intros, the coffee intros.
No,
We're
the
selling
actual
the Ralli
coffee,
Roots
the
coffee.
Ralli
Oh,
Roots,
yeah.
Ralli Roots roast. We did a very short run of that, and people really liked it.
Yeah. Well, you were so picky about the coffee.
I was really
that was
picky.
like really one of those things where we were like, it has to be the best.
But
And
I had
coffee is a
people-
preference, but people were
I
happy.
had people like enjoy the coffee and then come back a month later and try to order it again, and they were like, "No."
Oh,
coffee."
that's
So,
terrible!
I
You
feel
took it
that.
away from them.
Hey, by the way, over
More
500
tote bags,
people
more tote
watching
bags,
right now.
yes.
Over 500 people. That's amazing. Thank you guys so much. We do these live shows for you guys, so whatever questions you have,
the beanies, isn't
that
that
you-
funny?
I know. It's like,
We were
Some
trying.
people bought them just because of the photos.
We were literally trying to be as pretentious as possible, and
So
I think
funny.
it worked.
we nailed it.
Nailed it.
It looks like to me, it looks like that South Park episode where they go to the timeshare. But yeah.
Oh, man.
Mm.
Oh, so we don't have a specific design in mind for the tote bags, but we were thinking of doing all matching merch and even doing like hats and maybe funny like sunglasses. But the bags, we're not going to do tie-dye again because we already did tie-dye, right? We did a canvas bag, we did a black bag. I was thinking potentially like an evergreen or a navy blue would be really nice. And it's a lot more affordable if we just do one color print on the bag.
Yeah.
But we could do a simple bag with like a 3-color print. I don't know. What do you guys want?
One color bag, one color print matches.
Yeah,
Keep
I
it
agree.
simple.
Yeah.
I think a dark bag with the white print. I
Yeah,
thought that was the
that's my
coolest.
favorite.
It gets dusty dirty, but not like
It
dirt
doesn't look
dirty.
dirty.
It doesn't get it doesn't look dirty. So
That's
what do you think? Green or dark blue? Like a deep green or
Zero, Mochi, and Lychee is our dog that passed away.
Rip.
we want to do a wrap tee with the doggos.
That'd be so cool.
That would be so
Oh, that's
funny.
pretty cool.
Blue steel.
This one. I have laser engravers and UV printers if you need custom merch. I'm in the Orlando area. Cool.
Whoa.
Shoot us a message on Instagram. Maybe we can
What
talk
is
about
a
that.
UV printer print?
That's a good
The
question.
sun.
It prints
The
UV rays.
It prints the sun.
Maybe it like melts metal with the
Purple,
UV.
green, royal
Like
blue.
engraves it.
Royal blue, purple, and green. Well, I was worried
I
about
like that
purple
question.
because I feel like that's not as uni for everybody. I feel like some people are weird about the color purple. I mean, I love the color purple.
Ain't that a movie
But I was thinking green and blue are safe colors.
or a book or both?
The
Not the
color
Oprah movie?
purple.
Mm-hmm.
It's a book
It's an
first.
Oprah movie.
It was a book first.
Okay.
Yeah. I was just letting you know. It's a book. It's a book.
If vintage t-shirts go out of style, will you all move your focus to another niche? If so, what would that be? So
YouTube video.
we're one of those sellers who have always done multiple niches at a time. So like, even though we sell a lot of vintage t-shirts, we also sell a ton of shoes. At the same time, we were selling a ton of appliances. So we kind of go where the money is, yes, but vintage is just something that I really enjoy. Allie really enjoys, Callie really enjoys. It's kind of like buying back your childhood a little bit. So it's a fun thing to see these cool prints and be able to collect something that you had as a kid or something like that.
I like
but
folding them.
Callie likes fold. They're easier to ship.
True.
But yeah, I mean, we'll always be able to pivot with the market and find something that sells well for us, whatever that may be. Maybe it's all digital at some point. Who knows? Callie should do the artwork for the merch.
I don't think anyone would buy that.
I think everyone would buy. We could do like a Callie line, I think maybe, and you get all the
tote
money
bag
from
with
that.
just my doodles all over
Like
it.
a blank bag, and you draw on it. That would be cool.
For a giveaway.
Yeah.
A doodle drive.
Or maybe we do
Doodle
that.
drive?
Maybe we get a blank one, you draw all over it, and then we auction that one, and you get the money from it. That'd be fun.
I'm down.
Yeah.
People like their poly bags.
I know.
That's awesome. I guess you could put like a piece of cardboard in it and like stick it on the wall or something. I don't know.
I thought it'd be
Well-
nice to like go and buy like cheap little
The
canvas
Dollar
pieces
Tree
or something.
Oh yeah, and
Or just buy a sheet of canvas and cut it into small squares.
and then people can do what they want with it. I know the
Yeah.
Dollar Tree sells a pack of canvas for. It's not the Dollar Tree; it's the $1.25 tree now, right? For I think it's a pack of 3 for the $1.25.
It's
The
not
thin
too
ones,
bad.
yeah, like the thin canvas,
Mhm.
Do you think it's better to ship heavier items using Shippo Pirate Ship? 100% yes.
Pirate ship.
Pirate Ship or Shippo. I mean, we'll check both usually, right?
Yeah, they're usually right around the same for
Yeah.
us.
Someone bought a beanie. Thank you.
Nice.
.com assignment.
And usually when we're shipping on Shippo or Pirate Ship, we have our FedEx business account connected, which, by the way, you can call FedEx and negotiate rates with FedEx and then link that account to Shippo, to Pirate Ship, and you get those discounted rates. So we get really good FedEx rates and we get good UPS rates as well. So check both companies, check both websites. But when we're shipping larger stuff, 100% of the time, we're shipping FedEx or UPS.
And that was a good question. Do you get charged each time you revise? People don't know that.
No, you
No.
don't.
Does it
You
depend
don't.
on if you have a store or not?
It only depends on if you add like making the title bold or an extra listing pack, or if it's if you like end the listing and then sell similar. If you're out, if you don't have a store at that point and you're out of free listings, then it will charge you. Yes, but you should not when you revise. Double drop vintage. I had a pair of boots shipped quoted at $43 on eBay, and Pirate Ship got it down to $8 for me today.
Wow.
Wow.
That's.
Was the
I
dimensions
feel
right
like
in
eBay's
eBay?
doing us dirty by not getting a deal
Weird.
with
Dang.
That's a strange. That's probably the
USPS.
biggest discrepancy I've seen. That's a
I
strange.
feel like there was an error somewhere. That's weird. Bold is useless. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, I don't even know why that's still a thing.
And it was the same state.
Whoops.
This is crazy.
$43 in the same state. That sounds like a shipping error on eBay.
Yeah.
Weird.
Well, eBay was
Um,
messing up the other day for multiple people. Like I was trying to print my scan sheet, and when I went to hit the print button, it took me to a roofing site. Like
Oh
straight
yeah,
That's
to
right.
eBay.
yeah.
I
That was like
remember that.
a weird glitch,
And
right?
then people were telling me that Big Brother was watching
Our
me.
air filter.
I'm like, what was happening?
It wouldn't let me ship it. It wouldn't let me ship it FedEx priority.
It might have been their
Parcel
address,
select.
the buyer's address.
Yeah, I mean, see, that's also one of the reasons why we don't like to do calculated shipping. It's okay to do that when you're first starting out doing adding shipping and doing calculated shipping, but it's better to set your own shipping prices or to do free shipping and add it into the price once you get going, once you know how much stuff costs. Because again, that only that would only cost you at $10 to $12 realistically. So why if that person wasn't willing to pay that $43, which is insane, then they wouldn't have bought it. But if it was free shipping, then they probably would have bought it anyway.
There's the answer. I didn't see it.
Up.
Oh, thanks.
The wrestling videos.
They were DVDs and open, but in excellent condition. 2006 and 2012. Got a ton of them
That's
from a family member for
crazy.
free.
Well, I know people
It's
have
not even
found
that
like
old.
weird concert DVDs
that
that were
WWF wrestling stuff. Like,
That's a new one for me.
that have sold for tons
Weird.
of money, like $300 plus
Yeah.
dollars.
That's amazing. Congrats, Angela. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's incredible. Incredible.
Look, I had the same roofing website glitch. That's
See?
so weird.
Like, what happened?
So what did
there?
happen? You went to print the scan sheet
Yeah.
and it took you to a roofing website.
Yes.
That's so weird.
I hit print, and it
Do you
opened
think
a new
like
tab, and it was a roofing website.
one of the coders at eBay, their like dad owns the roofing website or something? So they threw that in there.
If you can get some extra hits,
That roofing website is now like the number one roofer.
This is a company. You
Roof
don't like,
US
right?
leaderboard.
I don't mind it. It's just
Okay.
like they're off a lot of the time. Yeah.
See,
Okay.
I took a screenshot of it. That's where it took me. If you can see
That's
that.
so weird.
I released the bulldog. I'm gonna see if she comes over here early
Oh,
for
hi,
everybody.
Mama.
Hey, baby.
She's just looking at us right now.
Hey, you want to come here? Hi.
Looks
Hey.
confused.
All right.
Hey. Come here.
Oh, Pitney Bowes had their URL hijacked.
Oh. Yeah, but did the roofing company
What?
hijack the URL?
Or did someone just put in a random thing to
That's a
for
weird one to
kicks and
do, though, right?
giggles?
You would think they would send it to something funny.
Yeah.
Oh, you all right,
Come
Mama?
here, Bull.
She can't get through.
Fur baby.
She wants to come through, but she can't get
Jump.
Yeah. Cherokee
your
man. That's why I
legs.
say release the bulldog.
Release the Kraken.
Release the kraken.
Can you please repeat what you said about being charged by eBay if you end a listing and relisted? Yeah, so only if you're out of free listings. So like if you have a store, you get a set amount of free goods or canceled listings that you're allowed to list per month. If you're out of those, then they will charge you that 10. I think it's 10 cents or 20 cents or something like that.
So at the end of the
Sure.
month, if you haven't used them all, use them all. No, just kidding.
A lot of the time, eBay runs promotions where they give out more free listings, though. So
But you have to open that and click on it
Yeah.
in your messages.
yes.
Yes. Just want to throw that out there. I didn't
Tips.
realize that.
Thanks for the $5, Tim. Tips for tips.
Tips for tips.
Tips
Yeah,
from
it took me
Tim.
like 4 years ago is when I realized that. It was like after a year of reselling is when I realized we had to actually click on them. And you're like, yeah, I always click on them. And I was like, well, I didn't know because you always clicked on them.
Do you do international shipping? I've been struggling setting up my shipping policies. If you do mind doing a video on what ship policies you use, we actually, I was thinking, I didn't tell Callie yet, but I was thinking we need to do an updated shipping video, like how to ship anything on eBay type video. We haven't done one, I think, in a couple of years. So I think it would be good to do a new one. So yes, we'll do one. And to answer your question, we do international shipping. On eBay, we'd use global shipping. The global shipping program, which it's just easier and safer for the seller. You can do shipping outside of the global shipping
We know
program.
tons of people that do it and have
Very successfully.
no problems.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, one here and there as per usual, but
For us, it's just easier to do global shipping. And if we ship something international outside of eBay, we like Pirate Ship for that. They have this thing called Simple Export Rate, and that's been really good for us. It saved us a ton of money. You know, shipping a shirt from here to the UK would cost us like $40, and Simple Export Rate would cost us like 12. So it's a pretty big difference.
that's
But
a massive difference.
on Pirate Ship,
Massive.
you have to ask them to add that to your account. So get on chat on your Pirate Ship account and say, hey, can you add Simple Export Rate to
Everybody
my account?
do this and tell your friends. No, she's being really cute right now. We have our giant beanbag in the living room, and she found like a pocket on the edge that she curled up in a little ball in. Oh, she's cute.
I am good at saying doo-doo.
Doo-doo.
Someone always says doo-doo.
I will say my next craft video should be coming out maybe at the end of the week, Callie. What do you think?
Ooh.
Because we only have one more thing to film tomorrow,
True.
but that's all the footage. So
What's today?
today's only Monday. Maybe
Yeah, if we get it all done tomorrow,
if we finish.
we could probably put it up by Friday morning.
Yeah, more scrap trash craft. It's another trash craft. So if anybody has scrap wood, ask your significant others if you don't cut wood in your house, and they might have a bunch of wood, or ask your friends.
It's almost the end of the live show.
It's blurry.
So do you mind if I tell a funny story about doo-doo really quick?
Oh,
did you click
please. I
on
know the
everything?
story. Let me go grab the bulldog while you start the story.
Okay.
Allie and I
So-
talked about doo-doo on our chat.
I'm originally from South Africa. My parents are originally from, well, my mom's from South Africa. My dad's from Scotland, but they spent 30 plus years in South Africa. In South Africa, when you put a baby down for a nap, they call it taking a doo-doo. Okay. That's what they say. So when we first came to America, I was 5 years old and we were in Texas, and my parents got invited over to the church's like housewarming get-together party.
Mhm.
So this new church that they were a part of, everyone gathered at a person's house, and I was 5 and I was tired. And my mom took me to the host's bedroom and just laid me down on the bed for a nap, right? And then
For a doo-doo.
yeah. So, and then she came back out to the party, and the host went up to my mom and goes, "Hey, where's your son, Ryan?" And my mom goes, "Oh, he's on your bed taking a doo-doo."
Yeah.
And this like super nice church Texas lady was like, "Oh, deal." She's like,
Oh,
so
my
she runs
goodness.
back to the bed, and I'm just asleep on the
Right.
bed. And my mom's like, "No, he's having a doo-doo. He's having a doo-doo." They had to explain to my mom that meant taking a poo.
Wow.
Like, please don't let your kid poop on my bed.
That's
So,
amazing.
Or just anywhere not in the toilet in my house at the age of 5.
That's hilarious.
I hope you enjoyed my doo-doo story.
I thoroughly enjoyed your doo-doo story.
Can you guys hear Mochi?
Who can't hear Mochi?
She's sleepy.
Is that a Cabernet Sauvignon or a Merlot?
People
don't know.
ask
This
if
is a
she's
blend.
growling, and I have
It's
to
a blend.
explain that
Night-
she's just trying to breathe.
Nighthawk blend. It's a box wine. It's delicious.
Also, Mochi is going to be 8 in
Oh
July.
my gosh, it's so sad. Mom.
We got Mochi before anyone ever had a French bulldog. It feels like we had never seen or met a French bulldog in public before we got Mochi, and then they became all the rage, and I love it.
This was a new one for us when we moved
Oh.
to Australia. We spent a year in Australia, and we kept asking people about fanny packs. They were like, "It's called a bum bag here, not a fanny pack."
But we knew when we went there,
Yeah.
what it meant.
Yeah.
It was kind of funny.
Yeah, fanny was one that was interesting in Australia, and root.
Bags.
Root means,
yeah.
which is funny because Ralli Roots, right?
Zero. No.
0. Okay. Oh, sorry, everyone. Come here. Oh, Mochi's interested in also participating. 0, come here.
I think she likes the position she's in.
Does that mean you could possibly be related to Elon Musk?
Come here.
No. Wouldn't that be nice, right?
That would be
Yeah, jump up
so cool.
But it means that I come from the same stock.
hey,
I come from the same stock as Elon
Hey.
Musk.
The same stock.
My giant South African brain.
Oi.
0 made like a fast appearance and then she dipped. How loud is this bulldog for you guys? Okay.
Oh my
let me let her go.
gosh.
I love you.
To negotiate with FedEx and UPS, do you have to be a business owner, i.e. LLC? I think you can be a sole proprietor, but I think you do have to have a business account set up. So I don't know that answer for sure. Maybe call FedEx and UPS and ask them. But I think you have to be at least registered as a sole proprietor, which is just you anyway. Your name.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Mark. Mark said that. That was really nice. I appreciate that. It's nice when
Sorry.
someone says thank you because we
Stop
do
doing-
try.
keep
We
taking
double
your
tapped
thunder.
it.
We
That's
do
what it
try
makes
to
me feel.
share
Yeah.
so much,
Yeah. Listen, we've been on
knowing
YouTube.
that we're gonna get whatever for it. You know.
How long have we been on YouTube now?
I don't know.
5.5
I mean,
years?
technically,
Since like
you
5
were
years
on
since
YouTube
October.
before the first like Ralli Roots.
Oh, for
video.
sure.
Yeah,
We're on
that's true.
Chris Dunn's channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, I wouldn't count that because like we didn't have any social media presence.
At least
No.
5 years then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at least 5 years. So we've shared 800 plus videos. You know,
Wow.
we've shared a lot of information. Now, listen, some of it's 5 years old now at this point, so some of it is not relevant. But we still try to share as much updated information as we can because we like doing what we do and we care about the community. We're not doing this for views. We're not doing it. We don't make a living off of YouTube ad revenue. We don't. If it was just for that, we wouldn't be doing it because
Well,
we wouldn't be able to live off of it.
Well, I want to
Yes.
say if we were doing, you know, YouTube for the money
Mhm.
and for the views purely, we
Oh,
wouldn't
she
have
just farted.
shared reselling because you're kind of capped in this niche market. We would have done
Right.
something very different. So,
Yeah.
Oh, that
yeah,
was
I mean,
funky.
this is nice because it's benefiting so many other people. And we want to
Right.
help people. Like, I want to help the environment. I want to make the world a slightly better place or not as bad as it could be.
Heal the world.
Yeah, like it would be
But
nice.
Make it a
What I'm-
People
better
and
place.
things, right?
What I'm saying is like we didn't choose to be YouTubers and then choose reselling as our category. We were resellers who became YouTubers.
Right, right.
Which there's a big difference.
But if we wanted to be YouTubers,
Yeah.
I'm saying we
we would have
wouldn't.
chose a different.
We
path.
wouldn't have chosen, reselling. Personally, I think that it
Oh,
would.
that's cool.
Although we do love it so much, like I love
Yeah,
thrifting
that's
and
awesome.
garage selling, and it is fun to sell things that we
Oh.
find because we can't keep them, right? So it's fun to just have them in our lives and then send them off, like those washcloths that I found.
Yeah, those are really
I
good.
found-
Shroom.
The mushroom
ones?
washcloths
Hey,
from the
and
70s.
Speaking of, by the way, before we end the live, because there's only 4 minutes left, we are going to have a new video out tomorrow at 11:30. It'll be a premiere. It's like a 20-minute long video, thrifting, flea market as well.
Oh,
So
the flea market's in
thrifting and
there.
flea market video.
Nice.
And there's another little giveaway in tomorrow's video. So 11:30 Eastern time.
Nice. It's not
Yeah.
Christmas time anymore.
Totally. It can always be Christmas. You can always be giving, right?
If you just pan the camera this way, there's
No, stop it. There are Christmas trees up in the house. Well, somebody, you can take them down. I don't feel like it.
I don't
We've
think
been
there's
so
anything wrong
busy.
with them.
I like them.
Nope. This weekend I was super lazy. I said 27 times at least, oh, I'm going to take the tree down. And then I was like, well, I could just play Animal Crossing instead. I just wanted a break. I mean, I don't normally sit around and play video games all day. And for the last week and a half, I have. So, yeah.
It's fine every once in a while. I mean,
Fine. I don't do it often.
You've worked hard enough to afford that luxury. You got to look at it that way.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like during the day I'm playing Animal Crossing, except in the car rides.
Thank you for the chat. Get real-time info in real life is awesome. Question: what is the best way to come up with a seller's name on eBay or YouTube?
Ooh,
That's a good question.
that's
I
a
like
really,
that.
I like, you can be super creative with it. I mean,
I would say be creative, but be kind of vague. Like
Don't try too hard either.
don't try too hard. Don't put yourself in a box. So don't call yourself like
Don't put baby in a corner.
don't call yourself like the eBay seller or the Poshmark seller or something like that, because you may not always sell on Poshmark. You may not always sell on eBay. Try to be more generic with it. Like Ralli Roots it's us. Like we put our personalities into it. And we could do anything. Like if we stopped reselling stuff from thrift stores and we started flipping houses, we're still Ralli Roots. We could do that. You know what I mean? Do anything. So
Yeah.
try to be more generic with it than calling yourself the reseller.
well, I
guess.
think also like whenever I did Alley Crafts, many things are a craft, right? Many hands-on activities are a craft. Like bricklaying is a craft. It's an art form.
True.
It's woodworking is a craft. Like making crafts is a craft. There's so many
Reselling
things
is a
like
craft.
crafting an item.
There's craft beer.
There's
Yes.
so many crafts.
So I
There's
could
craft singles.
crafts. Yeah,
There's craft mac and cheese.
there's so many crafts out there, and I was so excited whenever I thought of that because it was kind of limitless. You know, I mean,
will you start doing more podcast type videos? Oh, by the way,
craft cheese.
thanks for the $5 again.
So
That's really nice of you.
Yeah, stop
Oh,
it.
thank you.
Will you start doing more podcast type videos interviewing other resellers?
Yeah, we want to.
100%. Yes. And not only that, but I want to start a separate podcast channel, not just interviewing. Whoa.
Oh,
Did you get it?
I don't think so.
oh
It was a
no!
Mozzie mate?
I see
It's
a
a
little
little-
piece of dog hair floating. in the air.
But not just interviewing other resellers, but interviewing other business professionals and just people that we find interesting. So, and that one will be, it'll be not as, I guess, PC as this channel. So it'll be more open where we can have just a real good raw conversation with people. So yeah, I'm excited about that podcast. We're going to set up our own podcasting studio at the house when the house is built.
I'm
excited
so
too.
excited.
Yeah, it's going to be sweet.
She just
We'll
can't
have
hide
a
it.
bomb guest room where
She knows.
people
She
can
knows.
stay with us if
Yeah.
they want to.
That's
That's they
like-
don't want to stay in a hotel and
Well,
drive to us. They'll get lost.
My biggest thing about that podcast that I want to do with it is I want every conversation to be in person. I want it to be alive because there's a big difference, I think,
First, I
between
like
a or maybe we can do it in the metaverse. I don't know.
and then I
The
like that one
metaverse.
also.
A game night channel. Yeah. We
I'll put
actually,
you back up.
we always
How to
wanted
play
to.
Tetris.
I don't know how to put you back up. Sorry. I thought I could go right back into it if I tapped up there.
That's fine.
Oh shoot.
It's 9.
It's 9.
That was fast.
You guys are awesome. Hopefully you picked up a little something from this video. eBay's not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. So get back to work. Get back to listing.
Mike, I like it.
I'll arm wrestle you one day, even though you'll beat me.
You can.
You might
Beat
win. You might be
me.
really good at arm wrestling. Arm wrestling is its own
It's
unique
technique.
craft. It's
It's
all
technique.
about technique.
My,
You watched that
pillow,
thing on
pillow
it.
fighting is like legit sport now.
Have you
I saw
have
that.
you like ever aggressively pillow fought? When I was
yeah.
in middle school,
Oh,
my
yeah.
brother's
Took
friends
my
wanted
legs
to all
out.
have like a giant pillow fight. So all my friends and their friends got in a room and they turned the lights off, and I opened my eyes and scraped the pillow across my eye, got hit in the face with it, and I never pillow fought again after that.
Wow.
It was
Traumatic.
very damaging and traumatic. And I fell on the
Emotional
ground and I was like,
damage.
oh, my eyes. Because when you're in the dark, sometimes you open your eyes. And I
True.
did not mean to. And I got hit in the face with the pillow across my eyes.
All right, Allie will not be a professional pillow
So
fighter.
I can't compete, is what I'm trying to say. I'm a
Ellie
little,
doesn't do sports.
you know,
All right, guys and girls.
I'm weak.
We'll see you live next Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And there's a new video coming out tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time.
Thanks for being here, guys. I'm going to